BEATIFIC to welcome our President, Master Varghese Chiran, for the Presidential Address. Please welcome him. Thank you, Acting Sergeant Arms, Toastmaster Praveen. What an energetic start by our Bahubali. Let us give us a round of applause. Yes, you are Bahubali. Yes. Oh, no. So, how was the day today? Because we have a long weekend. So, some of you experienced a busy day in the office. So, this is a time to sit, relax, and enjoy. We have few guests today. So, before we move on, we would like to know your name, where you work, and how long you're in Oman. A few words. If you can, or who introduced you?
I'll start. So my name is Pranav Seth. I'm working in Indian School Wadi Kabir. I'm working in the PE department. I'm teaching yoga, and I'm here in Oman since seven and a half years. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So,
Hello, my name is Soni Pranav Seth. I'm Pranav wife and this और क्या बोल बस बस it's okay. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Samreen Sayed. I'm art teacher in Wadi Kabir School, and I'm really happy to come here. I was one time I attended online also, and from that time I just wanted to come. So this is a great time for me. I really want to learn, have some experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to our Kimchi Toastmasters Club. Every Wednesday at 7:30, we are here. So we welcome you all to attend the sessions. Randy Pascal. He was a professor in Carnegie Mellon University. So he had a childhood dream. What about you? You had any childhood dream? Which one, Dhoni? One, just one. Okay. Anybody else? Childhood dream. Yeah, okay. He cannot tell you that. So if someone someone can tell. One more. Cricketer. Okay. This professor Randy, he has got a childhood dream of being a NFL football player. That was his dream, to become a player. So he applied when he was child. He applied to a school and he got the admission. And after few days of class, the memo came that the selection is going to happen, and he got the selection in the training. And he is waiting for the coach. So the coach came, tall, handsome coach came. So all the students are waiting. But there are 21 students, but there is no goal. So they are looking, they came to play football, to learn football, but there is no football. So the curiosity increased. Football coaching means football should be there. So where is the football? So one student asked the coach, where is the football? So he said, when you play football, how many are there without a ball? He said 21. So you are all here 21. The man with the ball will come later. So he's saying he's a lesson learned. In a football match of 22, always one person has got the ball, not all the 22. and he has to work together to win the game. If I play only with ball without the support of my team, I cannot win the game. So the first session by the coach to our professor was be a team player. When you are a team player, yes, in life, in work, and in business, anywhere, we can win the match. As we moving forward, we have a scientist. Yes, he was a scientist working in India, but now he moved to Muscat, and he came to Muscat in 2013, 10 years before. He is our sergeant arms, and he joined Toastmasters last year, April. So he just completed more than a year, and he is our EXCO member. Let us put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Suresh Kaliyaperumal to do the session Science Mix, Myth, Facts or Fake. Over to Toastmaster Suresh. Sorry, guys.
Thank you, President, for the wonderful introduction. As you said, as a scientist, thank you. And can we have a big round of applause to him? Good evening, a beautiful Toastmaster and my dear guest. I'm very happy and privileged to be here as a TMOD for the very first time. Initially, I was nervous to take up the role. Thank you, VPE, gave me immense confidence. That's what I'm standing today here. Dear Toastmaster, are you ready to know that whether science, myth, fact, or fake? Are you ready all? Yes. The science myth, in other way, we can say it is common misconception. What is common misconception? It's a viewpoint of someone or fact which we are often accept as a true, but actually behind it's a false. I believe in early 80s and 90s, you would have all come across a free consultation from through grandma or grandfather, mostly from grandma from the home, even for small to big illness, free consultation. But we forget to analyze that whether it's fact or fake. The reason behind it, as a human being, someone is giving free consultation. We are scientifically, it sounds like logically correct, but scientifically not. Okay, nowadays, due to evolution, the grandma ideas which would be shifted to in the Google form, and in and around the world, people who finding the solution. Yes, sir, please, sir. Give big round of applause. Due to evolution of over the period, the grandma ideas would be shifted to in a Google form. In and around the corner, the people who searching the all the solution from Google before heading to even doctor or pharmacist, it's giving big trouble. That's what today I brought the theme. So we are going to discuss one by one for the following session. Before moving to the first segment, the first myth is appendix. Dear Toastmaster, have you ever think about appendix is a wasted product? It must be removed surgically. Yes? Actually, appendix is a revolutionary leftover organ in the body. It's a tiny organ. It's near to the before starting of large intestine. Um, Actually, what happened? Due to revolution, we forget to use because in initially we used to eat a lot of grass. Then we shifted to eat fruits. So the body automatically forget to use appendix. But still, scientists have discovered many mammals still using appendix because it's storing good gut bacteria and assisting immunity for the persons as well. But we often forget if you diagnosed by doctor, we thought that it has to be removed surgically or unless leftover. For example, if you have appendix, don't worry, it assisting your immunity. But won't, yeah, you get to reactivate. But the thing is, only it has to be removed surgically when gets infected. Let me tell you one story about appendix. He was profound gastroenterologist. The doctor name is Manu. He got a call from his patient name is Davis. Just remember, doctor, doctor sir, my wife has big ill. She has a big stomach pain. She can't sleep. She can't eat. She's in big trouble. Can I come and visit you? Doctor said it's okay. Before heading to doctor, he analyzed all the from Google and he explained in front of doctor. He said, patient, be patient, let me diagnose it. Then he done so many tests. Then he said to patient, she was diagnosed with uh, appendix, got infected appendix. So I have to do surgery and she will be fine. Then they said it's okay. Then surgery was done. Uh, she will be fine. She was fine, and Davis was happy man. After 1 year, he called back to doctor and said, "Doctor, my wife has stomach pain, so you do appendix. She will be fine. No man, no Davis. Uh, bring to clinic. Let me diagnose it." But he said, "No, doctor, you fix appointment. We'll do surgery. She'll be fine. No Davis, you bring to clinics. Let me diagnose it. Then we will fix it." Then he insisting. A doctor, he lost his patience and he said, Davis, uh, let me tell you one thing. Every human being having only one appendix that I have removed out. Don't teach me how to do my job. Then Davis was waited patiently. Let me finish the doctor assumption. And he shoot back and meekly said, Doctor, I agree with you. Every human being having only one appendix, but the man can have two wives, right? So all the myth we will be discuss one by one our session. I hope all you must be knowing that today's session we have 5 consistent segments. First, let me inform you once again for the benefit of our guest. The first segment, introduction of the role player. They will come to podium and explain roles and responsibility. The second segment is spelling bee session will be performed by distinguished Toastmaster. In third segment, project speeches. Today we have a BEATIFIC speaker to deliver their project speeches. Fourth one, table topics. This will be conducted by a table topic master. And fifth segment, evaluation and a report session, which will be conducted by general evaluator. This is complete model of our session. Alone, we can do small things. All together, we can do so much. Likewise, I have today beautiful team, beautiful and exeminous team member to motivate my team. Your applause will make them more comfortable and deliver the content very effectively. Now, I would like to introduce the first role player of the day, the timer. To keep track of time spent by each speaker, we have timer of the day. His profession by chartered accountant and working as internal auditor in Al Bagja group of companies since 2013. Please help me to welcome the timer of the meeting, a beautiful Toastmaster, Dawal P, to explain his role and responsibility.
Dear TMOD, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. Today, as a timekeeper, I will safeguard all speakers from crossing the red light of allotted time by notifying the time using the green light, yellow light, and red light after certain intervals. For tabletop speakers, I will switch on the green light at 1 minute, then yellow light and red light after 1 minute 30 seconds and 2 minutes respectively. For prepared speeches segment, I will switch on the green light at 5 minutes and yellow light and red light after 6 minutes and 7 minutes respectively. For evaluation segments, I will switch on the green light at 2 minutes, then yellow light and red light after 2 minutes 30 seconds and 3 minutes respectively. Thank you to all of you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
The second role player is Wordmaster Grammarian. To track good and not so good usage of grammar, we have the Grammarian of the day. He's a banker, currently working with the Bank Muscat. He has been in Oman more than 15 years and always being a banker with more than 25 years of banking experience. Please put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Karthik Subramanian to explain roles and responsibilities.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for inviting me. Wordmaster and grammarian. It's a dual role where just the guest to explain the role. I'll be closely observing the way how we speak, and I will provide with good usage of the language. And I wouldn't say bad usage, areas of improvement. So probably that's the right word, we can use it. And the word of the day for the session is BEATIFIC, which means delightful, elated, happy, joyful. It's an adjective. The meaning is displaying great happiness, calmness, so on and so forth. I request all the members to use the word of the day in your speeches during the day. I'll give my report when the general evaluator is called. Have a great session. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik Subramanian. He's explained his role and responsibility very clearly. The next role player is our counter. To keep a track of hours and homes during the meeting, we have the our counter of the day. She's working as a dance teacher, Indian school, Alwadi Al Kabir. She's been in Oman since the last 19 years. So please put our hands together to welcome Toastmaster Harsha De. Explain his role.
Good evening, everyone. Greetings, Toastmaster follow, Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sound that are used as a crutch and pause filler by anyone who speak during the meeting. I will listen for overused word, including and well, but so and you know. I will also listen for filler sound, including and e. I will also note when a speaker repeat a word or pause, such as I or and mean. This means at the end of the meeting. I will report the number of times in each speaker used theme and expression. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsadev. She explained his roles and responsibility very clearly. The next role player is a general evaluator. This will be performed by BEATIFIC Toastmaster Krishna Karnakaran. He is structural engineer by profession, working with Koi and Partners LLC. He's been to Muscat since 2007 and joined KTM in 2019. He has played many roles in KTM as well as at divisional level and served as VPP of KTM Club and Division G Public Relation Manager and presently holding the position of a Division 105 Public Relation Team. Ladies and gentlemen, please put our hands together to welcome Gentle Evaluator of the Day for such a beautiful Toastmaster explaining his role and responsibility.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today, I'm honored to be the general evaluator of today's session. And as a general evaluator, I have two roles. First one is to conduct the evaluation segment. The second role is to note down what is happening in the meeting and what should be improved in the meeting. So I'll be presenting you a report, general evaluator's report towards the end of the session. And thank you and all the best to all the role players.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karunakaran. He explained his roles and responsibility. Before moving to second segment, spelling bee session, the second misconception is being is cold is gives you cold. Do you understand? Being cold is gives you cold. Is gives you cold. Sneezing. Yeah. Gives you cold. Yeah. Exactly. I hope you might have across this situation. Maybe you asked your colleagues or family members until yesterday you are fine. What happened today? Maybe he said, he's sneezing a lot today. The response you could be received something like, I got drenched in the rain yesterday, or I went for walking in the cold weather. Even beautifully, they say, I had ice cream yesterday in the night. I had even surprisingly, I had a curd rice. Due to that, I getting cold. These are the misconception about getting the cold. Actually, not. As per American Journal of Respiratory Disease, there is no direct link between anything else. Only until you contact with the infected person through saliva or or a close to room, it spread very fastly. And dear Toastmaster, enjoy. You can ice cream in the midnight, but whenever it's rain, go in the trudging the rain. You will not get any cold. So now we are moving to second segment, spelling bee session. To conduct this session, we have veteran DTM. By profession, he is a chartered accountant and working as group of CFO with the Bin Salim group of companies for the past 28 years and Toastmaster for the last 13 years and immediate past Division G director. He is instrumental in chartering two unique clubs in Oman, first humor club Haha Hihi and first Hindi club Apna Hindi, and he has been treasurer with the Indian Social Club for 17 years, a yoga enthusiast. In the pre-corona period, he used to conduct free yoga classes for 20 years in Wadi Kabir Park, a trucker, a adventure and social worker. He believes in living here and now. Ladies and gentlemen, please put our hands together to welcome Pelfi Master COVID-19. Thank you. Slide more.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, for that wonderful introduction. Friends and my dear guest, whenever you are delightful or elated or blissful, you learn a lot, isn't it?
Yes.
So, in short, whenever you are in beatific moods, your learning happens more. And that is what exactly going to happen today. English is a funny language. How many of you will agree with me?
Yes.
All of you. So let's see how much fun we can derive from this language. You'll have to sync with me now. What I say, you have to be there. Everybody can read this? Yes. Okay, let's all read together. What happened? Yes, you would wonder how English is funny. Let me tell you what I found in my study. This I have taken from the internet, not mine. We'll begin with a proof, and the plural is proofs. It has happened now. Now we call it proofs, but earlier days in UK, it used to be proofs. But the plural of roof should be roofs, not roofs. The soldier decided to desert his desert in the desert. All the words sound similar. It's so much effort. You may find a fungus or a whole lot of fungi. Then shouldn't the plural of rumpus be rumpi? Upon seeing the tear in my painting, I shed a tear. Oh God, this is so confusing. I'm in fear. If one is a hero, but many are heroes, Yet the plural of zero should never be zeros. When the plural of die is called dice, why shouldn't the plural of lie be called lies? I take it, what I have been trying to tell you, you already know English is the funniest language. Isn't it so? Yes. So let's do some physical exercise. See, GH in hiccup, it used to be hiccup. So GH is pronounced as P, isn't it? Hiccup. Next. The OUGH is pronounced as O in dow. O, dow. PHTH is pronounced as T in phthisis. EIGH stands for A in neighbor. TTE stands for T in gazette. T. EAU stands for O in plateau. So when you want to spell potato, 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 this will be like this. Okay, this was a little bit, and on the lighter note, let's be serious. Let's warm up. Let's all of us pronounce this. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. All right. Okay, this was very easy. Next one is a little bit more easier. And this you have heard many times.
Unification.
Okay. Flossinocinihilicilification.
Anatomy.
Last one.
Anatomia.
Onomatopoeia. Okay, little bit tongue has been twisted. Now we will do some more exercise. Let's read this out all together.
Black
bear.
Can you can a can as a canner can a can? I have a saw that can saw as much as a saw can saw when a saw as much a saw can saw. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late. Nora never knits near noisy neighbors. Okay, stop here. Stop here. Now, please raise hand who wants to come first to spell this word. Any volunteer? Amateur. I think somebody saw that. Let's go forward. Put that word. Okay, we'll go to next. Listen to this word and spell properly. Collectible. Collectible. Raise one of you, no, otherwise. Yeah. Put it on the. Is it correct? Misspell. You just misspelled it. So can someone misspell? We say we have 11 players in cricket, but there is a 12th man. I want to know the spelling of 12th. Somebody, wait. Keep your hands up. Somebody here. Spell out full. Anybody else? Except the English teachers.
TWELFTH.
Very good. Okay. Sure. We use this word all the time. We say 12th man how many times? But we don't know. Yeah, it's even. Lieutenant. We say lieutenant.
LEUTNANT. L-I-E-U-T-E-N-N-T.
Okay, fine. We'll ask Sriram.
L-I-E-U-T-E-N-A-N-T.
Ah, there, our. You said L-E-I, right?
L-I-E-U-T-E-N-A-N-T.
Mischievous. One man,
M-I-
please.
MISCHIEVOUS.
Good. Specificities. Specificities.
C-I-F-I-C-I-T-I-E-S.
E-Y. I-E-S. Instead of Y, you are right. Okay, well done. Okay, on the screen. Mr. Thomas, nauseous.
K-N-O-X-I-O-U-S.
Nauseous. Wait. I am asking on the screen.
N-A-U-C-I-O-U-S.
No. Let me try. I don't have time. Next is important. Colonel. Colonel. Wait.
C-O-N-O-N-E-S.
Well, like we have principal in school. Spelling of principal. Anybody?
P-R-I-N-C-A-P-A-L.
C-I-T-A-L.
Well done.
P-A-L.
There is a word. Quinoa. Quinoa. N-O-V-A.
Toyota.
We this word very often. Timber. Timber. Beer. Last word. Occasionally.
O-C-C-A-C-I-S-I-O-N-A-L-L-Y.
Double S you said. SS. Is it O double C?
O-C-C-A-S-I-O-N-A-L-L-Y.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so far it is interesting. Yeah. All right. You know, this very simple thing, whenever we make sentence, the word order, we don't follow this. It has to be in this order. Subject, verb, object, place, and there is one more word, time. Pull it up. Time. So this has to be in order. And many a time we don't use it. How it has to be used, we'll show you one example. Xavier listens to music on the bus every morning. Xavier, subject. Yeah, put it up. Listen, verb, music, object, bus, place, morning, time. This you have to follow all the time. And this we don't follow normally, you know. We just garble it. The time we bring forward, and sometimes object is verb is brought in the beginning. So this is what we have to follow. Just go ahead. Mary will be home at 5. Mary will be home at 5. Now, this is a proper order. Only change whenever you want to put a question, then the verb comes before. Will Mary be home at 5? There's a question mark. So only this is the allowed change. Next page. So here is an example. So the answer you all have to give, which is the right word. A, B, or C. Travis flunked at university his exam yesterday. Travis flunked his exam at university yesterday. Travis flunked at university yesterday his exam. Which one is right?
B.
Well done. Next. The woman was looking for new dress in the sale in Jan The woman was in the sale looking for a new dress in Jan. The woman was looking in January for a new dress in the sale.
A.
See? Wrong. No, go. Remain there.
A.
All are wrong. Toastmaster of the day. Why the number 1 is wrong? Tell me. Why first one is wrong?
So there was
Subject,
not
verb, object, place, time.
It was wrong because there was no
Sale is the place.
sale. That is why.
So first one is right, no? Okay, agree?
No, he said A.
All right. Let's move on. Am I already on, right? Yeah, it's okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, Krishna. Krishna, please pronounce.
Monstrous,
Okay.
stupid.
See how to pronounce such a long word. Just follow this colored coding. Hippopoto, monstrosus, quipedaliophobia. Yeah, when you break little bit, you can. And what is the meaning of this? It's the name for a fear of long words. Okay, next. Somebody has to, not who have heard. Yeah, Asha.
Proxenophilification.
This is how we have read this earlier.
Proxenophilification.
Flossinosinihilification. All right, go forward. Yeah, so look at the color coding. It is the act or habit of describing or regarding something as unimportant. So whatever we are doing is unimportant right now. Go forward. All right, this is the longest word in the dictionary. Pneumono ultra microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Yeah. All right, this is a pneumoconiosis caused by inhalation of very fine silicate or quartz dust. People from medical background will appreciate this word. Let's move forward. Do I have time, or I'm taking too much of the time? So I think one last word we will take, and then I will call it a day. That is easy. If we use who and that very often in our written conversation or written communication. So let's see what is the difference between who and that. Who is normally used whenever we are talking about a person, and that we use whenever we are talking about an object. I spoke to a woman, that said is wrong. It will be I spoke to a woman who said, because it's a person. Similarly, E.G and I.E, we often use it. E.G means for example. I.E says that is. So for example, you have to give example, whatever it is, and that is you have to specify what exactly you mean. All right, let's move forward and no, go ahead. This we have finished and I have no time. So there's one more word. With that, I will conclude. Yeah. Okay, this you want to learn with your permission. One more minute. See, these are tricky spellings. What is common here? Can you identify what is common in all these words? I-E. So always E will be after I. That is the rule. Always E will be after I, except there are few words. Except these words. Why? Except these words because E is before I. Whenever IE is used along with C, If they precede C, then it is CI. Yeah, that's the rule. So whenever C is there, you will have EI. Whenever you have C. Otherwise, it will be always IE. That's the rule. Okay, let's move forward. So that is the rule. Okay. All right, move. This is all our experts here. Yeah. Okay. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. It is something to say when you have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. Thank you very much. Hope you all enjoyed.
Here, it is every week in every words. Now we are moving to third project quiz. It's the main fourth of our session. The first speaker. Today we have only one speaker, Toastmaster Hasik. For this round, we'll be attempting a level 1 project 3 from the motivational strategies path. To evaluate this speech, we have BEATIFIC and distinguished Toastmaster since 2019. He served a lot of roles in the Toastmaster fraternity. Still, he keeps to enhance listening skill. It's amazing to hear this. His interests are movies and music and sports and reading and bit of writing. Motto in his life is to do serious things in life, but living in a lighter way. I request you to please read out speech objectives. Ladies and gentlemen, please put our hands together to welcome evaluator of today's session, DTM Sriraman K. Vatia.
Thank you. English is a funny language, said DTM Negi. I said, live, love, light. Live life light. He said, live life in a lighter way. I think he had a look at my body before he introduced me. Toastmaster of the day, thank you very much for your lovely introduction. I have the pleasure of evaluating the speech to be delivered by Toastmaster Hazik Ahmed today. Fellow members and guests, Toastmaster Hazik Muhammad will be presenting Hazik Ahmed, I beg your pardon. Speech from Motivational Strategies, Level 1, Project 2. Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language, Toastmaster of the day. Okay. This is a speech of 5 to 7 minutes. The speaker is, he has spent time learning about and practicing their body language, including gestures and other non-verbal communication, along with their vocal variety, including pace, tone, pitch, and volume. Why it is important? Because anything in life that brings monotony adds to our ennui, boredom. So life will never be beatific if you keep yawning like that. To beat that boredom, we need to bring in vocal variety and body language. This is what Toastmaster Hazik is going to present today. He will present a well-organized speech on any topic. It could be humorous, informational, or any style that the member chooses, except using those gestures and words that the Sergeant at Arms must have spelled out not to be used here. And I'll be watching for the awareness of your intentional and unintentional movement and body language, not distracted movements, and the use of vocal variety. Besides this, I will also be looking at the topic that you choose, your general comfort with the topic and the audience comfort and the way you present overall speech. When I'm called upon by the general evaluator, it would be my pleasure to come again and present my evaluation report. I wish the speaker all the best. In the meantime,
thank you, sir.
All the best to you. Thank you. Back to time.
Thank you, DTM Sriraman K. Vatia. He explained his evaluation criteria very clearly. And speaker is currently working as a business manager with Feroz bin Fatik SBC, living in Oman for the last 6 years.
Be yourself.
He is from the heaven on the earth, the beautiful Kashmir. Please put our hands together Toastmaster Hasik Ahmed for his speech title. Speech title is Healer.
I have it.
You have it. Okay, thanks.
No, Hazik, you can't go on this trip. It's going to be very cold there. No, Mom, please let me go. My friends are going as well. Trust me, I will be fine. I'm sure you would have come across such situations in your life where you had to ask permission from your parents or your spouses, correct?
Yes.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. I was 9 years old when I got a chance to attend a 3 day skiing camp with my school. Without thinking about how to convince my parents, I registered my name. My mom knew that I was very shy back then. I couldn't even manage a day without her. She was very hesitant to agree to this. My dad somehow convinced her to agree and send me on this trip, but she always had some second thoughts in her mind. We were living in a joint family back then with my uncles and my aunts, my grandmother, my grandfather. When this shocking news came out in the family, it was like a big headline of the day. My aunts came to my mom and they terrified her with unimaginable thoughts. How can you send him on this trip? He is just a small kid. It's going to be very cold there. Don't you know there are bears and snow leopards in that area? Yes, there are, but the teachers are insisting for him to attend this trip, and his father has also agreed to this. I was thinking myself, hey, it's just 3 days of no school, enjoying with my friends, playing in the snow, and learning how to ski. That's it. That was all I had in mind before I planned this trip. My dad told everyone, let him go on the trip. What's the big deal? If he doesn't step out on his own, how would he face the problems of the world? All of a sudden, this enjoyment trip of mine had changed into a huge task on my shoulders. Now I had to prove to everyone that I was a grown up, which I was not back then. And I had to prove to everyone I can manage on my own. I had to make everyone proud of this trip. Yes, Hazik, you can do this. It's going to be fine. That's not a big deal. It's just 3 days. You will be fine. I kept saying to myself, or was it something that I thought so might happen? Swollen feet, 3 days of fever, body ache, and continuous headache. That's what I came back from the trip when I returned. What had happened to my plan? First day in the skiing camp, we gathered around, we collected snow from the leaf tops, put that in a bottle, waited for the snow to melt, and drank that water. When we came back from the ski classes, my whole clothes were wet. My socks was fully wet. I was so shy to change in front of my friends that I slept in those wet clothes for 2 days. I was missing my home food that I did not eat properly for 3 days. It's all your fault. You should not have allowed this. It's all your mistake. What if something had happened? It's all your mistake. Not my mistake. My grandmother was yelling at my parents because of sending me to the trip. Yes, you're correct. We should not have listened to a child. From now onwards, no more camping for him. That's what my parents said. I was behind the door listening to this conversation, and I was thinking to myself, did I make this decision in a hurry? Should I have not gone on this trip at this age? Have I closed all the doors of any future adventure? Did I even learn anything from this trip? Yes, you should never sleep with your wet socks on. My mom, after this incident, she became more worried about me. She did not allow me for any trips for almost 1 year. But in that 1 year, she did realize something, that I had learned some things from that trip. I had learned to manage myself on my own. I learned how to survive a cold, chilling weather, and I learned the importance of health and how to take care of your own food. And me and myself, I did learn one important thing. You may not achieve some things that you desire for in the very first attempt. You need time and patience to, to get the things that you wish for. After 1 year, my second skiing trip was a big success. No more cold, no more wet clothes, no more headaches, and I was doing perfectly fine in that trip. And this time, my mom pushed me to go for the trip because she wanted me to come out of the bird's nest and learn how to fly. You might have come across such situations where you wanted to achieve something in your life, but due to some blockades, you may not achieve them in the very first place. You may fall and hurt yourself. All you need is the right amount of time to heal your wound, get up, and achieve your goals. I would like to conclude with a very interesting phrase that was conveyed to me by DTM Sriraman sir. The best time to catch a fruit is when it's fully ripe, because that's where lies the true potential of its sweetest flavors. That's all from me. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hasik. Excellent speech. Did you enjoy?
Yeah.
Now time for another enjoyment. Snack. Okay, we'll be giving 10 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay. And snack would be sponsored by Toastmaster Anand K. Give a big round of applause. We'll go.
Waiting for the speech.
Huh? Give some time now.
Let's have it. One second. Okay, now
Good start. Yes, you start. How was the snacks today? Very tough. Super. All pretty to concentrate on what's around. Dear Toastmasters, will you believe eating sugar causes a diabetic? Why? Will you believe eating sugar causes a diabetic? Maybe you come across people who have diabetic, don't eat sugar, don't put it in tea. They are thinking that's level. Actually, it's a metabolic disorder. In a common way, we can say uh, panc- either two types. Pancreas does not produce enough insulin, or the body cannot effectively use insulin. That is called insulin resistant. That's the major reason. As per American Scientific Association, there is not enough evidence to say there is eating sugar causes diabetic. It's a proven theory is every woman, its a daily recommended allowance is 2000 calories. For men, 2500 calories. If you eat beyond that calories, it's converted as a glucose and it causes a diabetic, mainly for this reason. Whatever you want to eat, but the calorie is below the 2000 for women, for 2500 for men. But it doesn't cause for any diabetic. But if you eat more than that calories, either any form, either sugar or whatever it is, it's sold as a glucose. Huh? Nothing will happen, low sugar. Yes, next. Now we are moving to fourth segment, table topic segment. To conduct today table topic session, we have cheerful person. He is working in finance department with the Walid Pharmacy. He is in Oman more than 28 years. So please put our hands together to welcome a beauteous Toastmaster Anand K to take the session forward.
Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow members, and my dear guests. Are you ready to recharge? Yes, good. I am the table topic master today for today's session. Actually, the main intention impromptu speaking skill, so that missed without any activities in the session. So we will accommodate as possible who all are not having the roles actually. I've taken the topics, very simple topics. Everybody can speak, and I've
I try to maximum the session means today's related to today's theme actually. So the rules and regulation, as I think most of you all are aware, for the benefit of the guest, I will explain again. The table topic is, I will read out the topic first. Then I will invite the speaker to the podium to speak about this topic. Timer has already informed the timing rule. Actually, he has to speak. The speaker has to speak minimum 2 minutes. Minimum 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes. So I will start the session now without wasting the time. The first topic, I can see that beatific smile on everybody's face now. Correct? Yeah, Maharaja. Okay. The first topic. Myths are the world's dreams. They are the stories that shape our lives. Myths are the world's dreams. They are the stories that shape our lives. To speak about this, English. Myths. Sorry. Myths are the world's dreams. World dreams. Myths are the world's dreams. They are the stories that shape our lives. To talk about this topic, I would invite Toastmaster Asha. Simple. Yeah, world's dream. They are the story that shape our lives. World. Dunya.
The word myth usually scares us, and people misunderstand when you say that you follow the myth. A very good evening, dear Toastmasters, table topic master, Toastmaster of the day, and dear guests. People say that don't follow somebody blindfoldedly. Listen to your inner conscious. And myth is something where you just follow somebody without analyzing, without thinking, without recapping what has happened back in your life, blindly following somebody. Now, how that can shape your life? Sometimes I remember my mom. She says that if a cat crosses your path, then take 3 steps back. And I used to do it. And whenever I used to do it, call it coincidence, for whatever issue I used to go, for whatever competition, for my exam, I used to secure very good marks. And the day I don't take those 3 steps, I used to fail. So that was headed in my mind that, okay, when a cat crosses, I need to take 3 steps back. I grew older, I got married, I had my kids, and I taught the same thing to my daughter. She took 3 steps back and she failed. So she was like, you're teaching me the wrong thing. And from that day, I understood if we analyze the myths in the right way, it can help you groom your personality, your thought process, your life ambitions. And that also helps you to shape your dream because you know, you learn to analyze and you understand what is right, what is wrong, weighing the pros and cons, seeing the life that is around you, hearing people, mingling with people, socializing. And that's how it shapes your dream because you are able to value and weigh what is right and what is wrong. So I hope I've justified the statement, what the table topic. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Asha. You have well explained to the topic. These all are the common myths which, yeah. You can call it. Okay. The next topic. Myth. Myths are the earliest forms of science. Myths are the earliest forms of science. Talk about this topic. I would request Toastmaster Dhoni to speak. Topic is clear? Myths are the earliest forms of science.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good evening, dear Toastmasters, fellow members, my dear kids. It's a beatific day, I wish to all. Always from the question. So, me also would speak about myth and science. It's correlated. In ancient days, our scientists, they would have followed some rules. Always when they are starting some tasks, always they keep on timing, they test on timing. Like our Toastmaster, dear Toastmaster, as she has told, it was the right thing because some occasion we believe on time, some occasion the time will not help you. Always, if you could talk about the science and technologies has been improved because the lot of equations, the actions, lot of feedbacks from the scientist. Always they would have studied from the lot of stories. They would have studied in the school days or from the parents. Parents, they much believed on that. Those times. So always it's a keep on trust. The myth is related to trust. That trust only leading to the world. So always I would say some myths are there, so you believe or not. Always with us, in some occasions, we should believe, we felt in belief. So the right word only has been used half of the way, means 50-50 percentage is a chance to believe myth. It's on your trust. And I wish to all, don't trust on 100 percentage, but something is there. You trust on that. Back to you. Thank you very much.
Well done, well done. A big thunder of applause to Toastmaster Dhoni. Now, the third topic, myth are public dreams and dreams are private myths. Myths are public dreams, dreams are private myths. Private myth. Clear? Myths are public dreams, dreams are private myths. To talk about this topic, I would request Toastmaster Mrinal. Clear the topic?
Myths are public dreams and
Myths are public dreams. Dreams
dreams
are private myths. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster, Table Topics Master, for such an interesting and mind-boggling topic. Myths are public dreams and dreams are private myths. Let's try to decode this a bit. So, a myth is a common misconception which is held by many people or society at large, and it might not be true. It might or might not be true. So, if we think about it that way, yes, myths are public dreams. We as a society are collectively dreaming up this reality which might or might not be true in the first place. So that's how I think about this. Now, if I look at the second statement, which is dreams are private myths, it's a bit difficult to get my head around. But what are dreams in the first place? Aren't they not reality as well? We would like to we would like some of them to be real and some of them not to be. But dreams are, in a way, those myths that we hold in our heads, those false realities we hold in our heads. And already it's been difficult to wrap my head around this topic and take you on this journey with me. So I hope this topic has been really interesting for you. And now it's up to you to tell me if my speech was a myth to you or all of this was just a dream. Thank you for this topic and over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Very good. A big thunder of applause to Toastmaster Mehnal. Very good. Very good. Now the next topic is science is the process that takes us from confusion to understanding. Science is the process that takes us from confusion to understanding. Talk about this topic. I would request online Toastmaster Nanan Thomas.
Can you repeat the topic, please?
Science is the process that takes us from confusion to understanding.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters. Science is the topic.
Science is the process that takes
Process.
us.
Science is the process that takes us from
Confusion to understanding.
science is the process that takes us from confusion to understanding. I partially agree with this because this is the debate or the contradiction between the atheists or those who ask for scientific proof for everything and the religion. Because myth is a symbolic narrative of unknown origin, and we got to believe in the religion. A major part of that comes from scientifically, a major part of that is religious belief, which is not related to scientific proof, but is belief. We have Christian mythology, Buddhist mythology, Hinduist mythology. In fact, the maximum mythology is in Hinduism. So it is partially correct, or 50% where you can say that proof in our day-to-day life, where we can have for a scientific proof for everything. But a major part of that is relating to the belief of the individual. And when it contradicts with another religion, that becomes a myth. And when it becomes to your own religion, it is a truth. And you don't go for a scientific proof for that. But the research is still going on to dig out and prove many things in the mythology, like, for example, the Ramayana story. Initially, it is treated as a myth, but then the research is going on to prove that where it took place, which is the area, and how it took place the same way. Many similar stories in the Christianity. Over to you, table topic master.
And dear Toastmaster Nanan Thomas, a big thunder of applause to Toastmaster Nanan Thomas. People, next topic. People forget facts, but they remember stories. Can I invite guests? Madam
What is the topic?
People forget facts, but they remember stories. All the best.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
And the ambience here is BEATIFIC. I think this is a BEATIFIC. The topic, I'm so sorry, I'm very nervous. The topic is
People forget facts.
people forget fact, they
Facts.
remember
Stories.
stories.
Yeah. Simple.
Yes, in as we say in our day-to-day life, also whenever the stories are there, we don't look to the facts. We hear stories from one another and we go and spread this story to another people, but we don't go and cross-check the fact. Facts are actually very, very important. Nowadays, we have Google, we can check. But in Google also, there are many, many stories for many, many things. And as I'm a very bad or very good Bollywood person, so there are many stories about movie stars also. So we don't go for the fact. We are enjoying it. We are loving it, what the gossips are coming around. So I think I have justified my topic. Thank you.
You have spoken well, I think. Very good. Very good. Well explained. Well explained. Round of applause to her. And the time is there, no? Yeah. The truth may hurt for a while, but a lie hurts forever. The truth may hurt for a while, but a lie hurts forever. To talk about this topic, can I invite you, Toastmaster Pranav? Sorry, guest Pranav, no? Mr. Pranav. Yes, you can speak 2 minutes. The truth may hurt for a while, but a lie hurts forever. Clear?
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you and good evening to all of you.
Yeah.
So the topic, truth may hurt for a while. Yeah, that's true. I believe so. That sometimes accepting truth is tough for us because because the truth sometimes is not what we want, and lie is often something that is easy to say or easy to even put across to anyone. So initially, it's very easy to and but when a person realizes that he has someone has told a lie, so the consequences are something that cannot be brought back. So but then we feel that it was better if you had told the truth. So yeah, I mean, I believe that the truth is better.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. A thunder of applause to Mr. Pranav. Can I go one more? Okay. Everything is theoretically impossible until it is done. Everything is theoretically impossible until it is done. To talk about this topic, I would request Praveen PN.
Topic not guest got that opportunity.
All the best.
Table topic master, hello Toastmasters and dear guests. And I feel so beatific to got such a good topic. Theoretically,
Everything is theoretically impossible until it is done.
Theoretically, everything is impossible until it is done. So if I connect to this today's theme, science. I am a science graduate. I am a physics graduate. And during my practical exam, I was studied everything very well theoretically. And for a confident, just get a confident, I keep one small cheat in my copy. It is not a copy. Just for my confidence. But it was a physics practical examination, and I studied very well, and all the diagram was in my head. But I did all the diagrams very well, and I was very confident. And I finished that diagram also, that circuit also very well. But I once this one instructor came and checked, he just switched on this one circuit, then everything got lost in a moment. So that time I realized that theoretically everything will be possible. So, but practically it will not be like that. So I just realized that incident now with this topic. Thank you, and back to table topic master.
Well explained, well explained. A thunder of applause to Toastmaster Praveen PN. Plus, heat. No energy. The last topic. Myths are a waste of time. They prevent progression. Myths are a waste of time. They prevent progression. Talk about this topic. I would request Toastmaster Rajesh.
All the best. Thank you, table topic master, for giving this opportunity. Myths are waste of time, and
Myths are a waste of time. They prevent progression.
they prevent progress. I don't agree for this with this topic. Myth. If you think about any myth or anything, whatever scientifically proven today, once upon a time it was a myth. The people was not aware that it's not proven scientifically. So that's why they call it as myth. So if for any progression, if you think about anything like whatever studied or whatever we have now, for example, if you think about gravity. Okay, so once upon a time, people was thinking something was throwing. If you throw something, it's not going out. So what is that? It was a myth that time. It also the planets. So everything was myth. But now later, scientifically, once it is proven, we all agreed and it is there. And now also we don't know, there are so many things which is not yet proven. Scientifically, how much we know? Galaxy, universe, so much. And there are so many planets. Now we think that there is another Earth. That is a myth. But in future, we will come to know once scientifically proven, it is fact. So all these required more studies, more understanding, and once this myth can become a true. Okay, that's it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh. So a big thanks to Toastmaster Rajesh. Well done, well done. I think, I believe all the speakers have spoken very good. And I hope the next time also they will speak little more. Okay, what is the timing now? All speakers, all are qualified?
For table topic, everyone is qualified. Team Artha, he has taken 2 minutes 10 seconds. Team Dhoni, he has taken 2 minutes. Team Rudal, he has taken 1 minute 50 seconds. Mr. Nainam Thomas. Am I talking?
Toastmaster Nainam Thomas.
Nainam Thomas. He took 2 minutes 30 seconds. Then Miss Tamrin Sayed, our guest, he has taken 1 minute 10 seconds. Mr. Pranav said he has taken 1 minute 10 seconds. And Mr. Pramin, he has taken 1 minute 20 seconds. And TM Rajesh, he has taken 1 minute 30 seconds.
So all are qualified. So I would request all the members to vote for the speakers. With this, my business is over now. I would request Toastmaster of the day to take over the podium. Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, all the speakers.
Thank you, table topic master. Thank you. It was created intellectual question.
Intellectual, because I want to connect with the team of the day.
Except
Maximum.
Except the TMOD and table topic, you not speak. Thank you.
Yes.
And last one myth, I just want to share with you very shortly because we are running late. Taking your multivitamin will keep you healthy. Did you believe that? Do you believe that?
No.
Your WhatsApp DP says so.
Vitamin sounds like a great idea. Yeah, I could not say it's bitter truth. It's like 50,000 crore of business around the world per year. Decades of research has been done so far. None of the vitamin has found any justification of multivitamin habit. Still, no Ministry of Authority around the world, nobody is given its cure. It's all under the food additives. I think Dhoni might know that truth. No vitamins. Until you diagnose with a specific deficiency in vitamin, that will be benefit. Otherwise, commonly we think taking multivitamin will help you, nothing. And more than that, John Hopkins researchers reviewed more than 25 years people who taken multivitamin, and they found that it did not reduce any heart disease or cancer or improve the overall well-being or a life expectancy. Nothing happened who are taken the multivitamin as compared to placebo who are not taken also. So it's a myth, but you can take whenever you have deficiency in the vitamin. But it will be helpful. And we are moving to final segment. In this round, the constructive feedback is given to overall meeting conduct. For this, we have a general evaluator to conduct the session. I would like to hand over the session to general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Krishna Karnakaran.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, for handing over to me. And I can see a lot of beatific faces after the table topic session. So now let's not waste time. First of all, to evaluate the speech by Toastmaster Hasik Ahmed, can I please welcome DTM Sriraman Ivadiyar on the stage?
Yeah.
Fellow members and guests, I'll take this opportunity to congratulate Toastmaster Hasik Ahmed on successfully completing this project. And I have a reason to specifically congratulate him on this. During the speech, he said, I have to prove that I am grown up now. And in this project speech, he demonstrated to us that he is a grown up speaker today. He took a very firm, confident stance here. And as the project demanded, he moved around. Before that, when he started, one of the best things that happened was he kept the audience intrigued with the story. And why story? Because the table topic master brought the answer to that. People forget facts, but remember stories. And I believe when someone talks about the conflict, your ears get a little more sharpened. You listen a little more sharply than you normally do. So he brought a conflict, the conversation between him and his mother and the parents in the beginning, and he kept us
intrigued and interested by diving into the body, which was the crux of the speech, which was the story of his trip, impending trip. And he closed. The best thing that I liked about his speech was the conclusion, because he quoted me. No, in a lighter way, the conclusion was something that related to the title, The Healer, because he emphatically told us that there is no better healer than time for all your worries. He used a lot of vocal variety and body language. When he started the speech and moved on to the body, he moved from here to here to suggest that he's moving into the body of the speech. He used his hands very well. In fact, one of the gestures that he used was very apt when he talked about tentative. When he talked about the joint family, his hand movement was tentative, as if to suggest that he was not happy with the joint family system. And the place where he said, all of a sudden, the pace was increased. Vocal variety and body language was exhibited very well when he said, hey, it is 3 days of holidays, you know. It was a delightfully crafted and presented speech that had a lot of vocal variety and body language. Especially one of the areas when he said, when he was describing the eavesdropping, I was behind the door listening. Wonderfully done. And he also used humor when he talked about wet clothes. Now, coming to the areas for improvement, can you see that on light off? One was, I would prefer that the speaker doesn't look down while moving around, because that will display lack of confidence. On the other, the place where he came and told us about the swollen face and all could have been explained with a little bit of tinge of sadness, because the speaker sounded too excited for comfort there. And in terms of body language, when the socks were being described, you could have exhibited to see, to show if you want to extend the body language. But overall, a speech that had everything that the project criteria demanded, well done. And I'm sure you're going to be much more confident speaker here onwards. You are a grown-up speaker now. Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you, DTM Sriraman, for a very encouraging and constructive feedback. Let's give him a big round of applause. Now let's move on to the role players report. For the Wordmaster Grammarians report, let me welcome Toastmaster Karthik Subramaniam. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
Thank you, General Evaluators. Most of the role players have used the word of the day. Thanks to everyone. We have used totally 18 times. Wow, the word of the day with the synonyms also. Look at from a grammar point of view, there are few phrases or positive motivational words used by the speaker, so which I liked very much. One is best time to catch a fruit, or bird's nest, come out and fly. So those are some of the phrases which easy to remember and you hit the nail straight. So something which I liked. The guest speaker who spoke, I like the confidence, the way she spoke. I think this is the first time I'm happy with the way you spoke. Pretty good. Spell bee, nothing to say. All exceptional words. In terms of areas of improvement, if you look at probably without mentioning any specific role player, there is a need to improve on the grammar on the whole when we talk. especially people who are doing it for the first time, a particular role. It's better they get in touch with their concerned mentor and run through it before they do it. And see, we all think that words and grammar is important when we talk. There is one more thing which I realized today is important is how do you pronounce a word? So that's also something which if we can work on, that's we'll take it to the next level, irrespective of whichever language you talk. You need to be equipped to pronounce it in the right way. So I hope the next session onwards to improve on all the questions. Thanks for the opportunity. Over to you, General.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karthik, for the wonderful evaluation report. On now, let's go to the next role player, which is the R counter. Can I call Toastmaster Harsha on the stage to present the R counter's report? Let's welcome her with a big round.
Toastmasters Suresh pose 2 to 3 times and 2 times. Toastmaster Govind a 2-3 times. Toastmaster Hazik pose 2-3 times and 2-3 times. Toastmaster Ashaman nothing. And Toastmaster Dhoni also pose 1 or 2 times. Toastmaster Minal so repeat many times and 2-3 times. Toastmaster Thomas pose many times, 2 to 3 times pose and 2 times. Miss Samri so repeated many times and Pranav so repeated many times. Toastmaster Praveen I repeated 2-3 times. Toastmaster Rajesh so 2 times. Toastmaster Krishna 2 times. Toastmaster Sri Raman repeat word vocal 2 times. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsha, for a detailed report. And let's give her a big round of applause. Now, to present the timekeeper's report, let me welcome Toastmaster Dawal with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Now, my time was at around at 9:05, but now we are running late by 17 minutes all over. Not me, you all. During the break time, we are late by 3 minutes, but it was okay. Then break time was instead of 10 minutes, we took 15 minutes. So 5 minutes, it was the delay at that time. And the spelling bee, we all enjoyed very, very much. And the time was, I'm not considering at all, even though it is 6 minutes, I have to notify, but it's everybody has thoroughly enjoyed. That's all for the timers report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dawal, for a wonderful timers report. So now it's time for the general evaluators. So we started the meeting on time as usual. We never miss the starting time of the meeting. Then coming to the Sergeant at Arms, our energetic acting Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Praveen, kick-started the meeting with a lot of energy. And let's give him a big round of applause. He introduced the president, and the president introduced all the guests on the session. Thank you, and thank you all the guests for joining the session. And he came up with a story of the NFL football player, Randy Pascal, and gave a very good message of why you should become a good team player. Then came the Toastmaster of the day, whom I will keep now aside. I'll come back to him later. Now, with regard coming to the role players, all the role players explained their roles clearly, and the timer, he was very well prepared, especially kept up again. Toastmaster Karthik, the word beatific, is it right? Yes. So he explained the word very well with the meaning, but I felt you could have demonstrated the use of it in a couple of more sentences so that people could easily pick it up. Our counter, Toastmaster Harsha, explained the role very well and finally gave a good report as well. Then came the spelling bee. Spelling bee was amazing. From there, the energy level of the meeting went to a different level. DTM Govindnegi engaged the audience really well, did a very good research on it. We had a lot of learning, including grammar, and thank you very much for your effort. Let's give him a big round of applause. Then came our evaluator, speech evaluator, DTM Sriraman Kevadia. He explained the evaluation criteria very well. And this is actually a lesson of how you should give an evaluation criteria, which I was blown off with the criteria, how he explained. And the speech evaluation as well was superb. It was very encouraging and had a good, had very good points to it, which encourages the speaker to do more, as well as the minute suggestions for improvement. Let's give him a big round of applause. Coming to the speaker, how was the speech today? It was fantastic. It was fantastic. It was simple, very clearly communicated, very good script, and it is definitely, I would say, a speech which can go to a contest level speech. It's a contest level speech. So please keep it up. Please do this more. Keep it up again and again. Then came our snacks. Snacks was fantastic. Thank you, Maharaja, for the snacks. And the table topics. Table topics, our table topic master, Toastmaster Anand, the topics he told, it's very simple, but when he came on stage, it was very, very challenging. Very challenging topics. And I was beatific that, I am the role player today. I didn't want to come here and speak. Seriously, confusing, tongue twisting topics. But anyway, it is always good to have such topics as well. And special appreciation to the guests who tried the topics and they did here without any problems. So now, coming to the Toastmaster of the day, how did you feel his first attempt as a Toastmaster of the day? It was fantastic, full of facts, and he busted a lot of myths. And there was a lot of content in this. So actually, it brought a lot of content in the speech, brought a lot of flavor to the session, and keep doing this again. Thank you very much. And he's made this session very interesting. Thank you very much. And let's and any sessions can have slight improvements. The first thing is the time. We are always right now getting late in every session, so let us try and keep the time. Second thing, we announced the role players on time, and even we had our Toastmaster of the day announce what is the topics. So I would suggest to the XCOM team, I would suggest that the posters are released much before. I think it was released yesterday or today morning or something. Yeah. So if you release it early and publicize it in the social media platform, you can win more guests and invite more guests to the meeting. So please try to take care of it. And second one is it's better if you could do a QA if one of the XCOM team could do a QA on the agenda being provided. There's a minor mistake in the evaluation this thing where the timer's role is wrong. Yeah. So that's all from me. Hope everyone enjoyed the session. So please come back for the session again next week. We'll be happy to see all of you again. Okay, thank you. And I pass on Toastmaster.
Thank you. Voting for best role player. I got so many myths to discuss, but eventually we don't have time. So let it post on next as a TMOD. And we can say other words, it's a pseudoscience. It's a myth. In other words, we can say pseudoscience. Pseudoscience can have a dangerous effect. Like one thing I want to share with you, during COVID, the COVID anti-activism propaganda was emerged like a mushroom, right? Yes. Anti-vaccine activation propaganda was emerged during COVID time. In spite of that, COVID vaccine has helped millions of deaths to prevent the death and hospitalization. Even recently, we heard about it. Child vaccine has been improving the autism in the babies. We have been using more than 50 years vaccine, none of them having direct link to the autism in the babies when using vaccine. So, actually, myths are helping to create the science. Myths are good, but in terms of helping to create the science, that's the end. Hopefully, we'll see next. Planning for next session by acting VP.
Will be announced in the group.
Okay, now award distribution to adjourn to President.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Suresh, Kaliyaperumal. He is doing the first time today, and I think you are relieved now. You know? Good job, excellent job. Bye. Yes. So let us give him something. Please, Toastmaster Suresh. We have few guests today. So can I request Mr. Pranav say to come and 1 minute to your feedback. Just a minute feedback. Please come. Shake it. This is our enthusiasm certificate. Now you can say just a minute your feedback about the system.
This is my first time in any Toastmasters, so It was really nice. Beatific. Beatific, yeah. Yeah, it is nice. It was a lot of learning for me. And also I learned a little how to speak in public. So yeah, it's really nice. And thank you to everyone, all the speakers. Thank you for the learning. Thank you.
Thank you. May I request Ms. Samreen Said to please come forward and share us. Thank you.
Thank you.
1 minute about your feedback.
Thank you so much. The ambience is very beatific. This I must say. This gives so much confidence, the smiling faces, and I just want to join it. I just want to say it. This is I had a blast here. Means I was hearing about Toastmaster and I was thinking I'll join online. Online one I joined also. But the feeling which I am having it here right now in me and sitting there and listening to everybody, I can't express, and beatific environment, it's here. Thank you everybody for your smiling faces. Thank you.
May I request Ms. Soni Said, please come forward and accept our certificate. Yeah, come. Would you like to speak? Okay.
Thanks for attending.
Thank you. Thank you. So we welcome you all on our club every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. So, certificates are ready. Our best evaluator for tonight, distinguished Toastmaster Sriram Sriram.
Thank you. Thank you.
Speaker for tonight, Toastmaster Asik Hamal. Off or not, and not sure whether it took 3 steps. The winner of table top is
The question is, did you take 2 steps today or not? You already did talk. Yeah.
She crossed the gas. And we learned grammar and we learned some long spellings. And the award of best pro player goes to which? So thank you one and all. Special thanks to our select master, Toastmaster Anand K. Thank you. Meeting adjourned. We'll have a group photo. Good night. And have a good weekend. Thank you. Long and nice weekend. Nice weekend. Yes, long and nice weekend. Monday that's okay.
आनंद के साथ हम लोग भी कुछ करेंगे
Okay, okay. When we write, we write. So if you don't start now, then it's bad habits will stay. Okay. Very difficult to carry. Why am I Yes. So I need to be here. So okay, fine. Fine. Cheese. Cheese. Yes. Hey, Rajika. Cheers. Cheese. That is from God. Yes, yes. Are you ready?
Tuck in your stomachs.
Members.